Welcome back. In this installment, I build Pack 5 of the GT40. Hi, this is Steve. Welcome to my channel, Scale Model Kit Review. Yes, indeed, I have Pack 5 of the GT40, stages 18 through 22. Now, we'll continue with the interior of the car, and pretty simple build this time with all 5 issues, and I'll take you through those step by step with this video. So, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and stay up to date on all my upcoming video uploads by hitting the bell, and please give me a thumbs up. So if you haven't done so already, head over to DeAgostini Collectibles and check out this car today. Subscribe to it. You're not too far behind me if you begin from Pack 1. To begin this video, let's look at everything I've assembled all the way up through Pack 4, and after that we'll begin with stage 18. Welcome back. So this is everything that's been completed all the way up through Pack 4, and we'll be beginning Pack 5 here in a little bit, but we did complete portions of the interior with the seats, and that's not secured down just yet, but we're going to be adding more to this in Pack 5. We also completed 2 of the doors, and these are very nice there. You're able to latch them, open and close, and then we completed the intake manifold and carburetors off the engine. And lastly, but not least, we started on the front nose of the car, and I think that looks fantastic there, along with one of the wheels. So that looks great. So let's get on to Pack 5. With Pack 5, we receive 5 stages, stages 18 through 22. So for stage 18, we received more of the floor pan and fuel tank access cover. We also received fuel lines and fire extinguisher for stage 19. Stage 20, we received the aft bulkhead. And then stage 21, the first packet of the seatbelt harness, and stage 22, the next packet of the seatbelt harness. So let's get started on stage 18. Let's look at the magazine for stage 18, and the first article we come to is an article about the Ford GT from 2004, and they call it the Resurrection. So very nice photography here, very clear, nice articles, easy to read. These magazines run between 12 and 13 pages, front to back, and like I was saying, some very nice photographs and some history about the Ford GT, especially the newer one that's out there in the market. And stunning photography. It's a great read. I read these every time they come in. I read them from front to back. Then of course they give us the build instructions for stage 18. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and install the rear engine compartment floor, another piece of that, one of the covers for it, and very simple installation here. That's going to go on the larger floor pan. And then we'll begin with go ahead and get the parts out, and we'll look at the parts real close and then we'll build. I'll be right back. Here's the parts for stage 18. I'll take it out, we'll get a closer look. Here's the rear compartment floor panel made of plastic. Screws are FP01. We received 4 of those, and looks like the connection plate. First thing we do is we install this connection plate. It has a larger and smaller attachment here. It goes simply down just on the panel, just like that. And we're going to put FP01 screw in from underneath. And pardon the background noise, heater's running today extra long because we received a little bit of snow today in Tucson. So it's a rarity, but we do get snow every now and again. Not much though, it's not sticking. And there we go, that's how that looks. Next we're going to install this on the floor pan. So here's the floor pan. We're going to install it on the other side because we already got this side installed. So this is going to go on the other side just like that. And turn it over. And we're going to put 2 screws into that. And those are FP01 screws. And just till it's snug, don't over tighten it, it could strip out. And that's it. And that's how that looks. And that's all we do with this stage. Let's go ahead and head over and do stage 19. Let's go ahead and look at the build instructions for stage 19. This time we install the fuel lines and fire extinguisher. And that's what the parts look like. So we go through the steps of installing those fuel lines. They run underneath some rails. Continuing on with that, we install the fuel plate, fire extinguisher, onto the chassis. That's how that looks there. Let me get the parts and I'll be right back. And here's those parts for stage 19. Give me a second, I'll take these out, get a closer look. More FP01 screws, 2 interior cover plates, 2 fuel lines themselves, and 2 pieces to the fire extinguisher. These fuel lines are marked with an L and an R, so we just want to make sure we put them in the right location here. They are pretty much almost exactly the same besides that. So we'll put this on the right side. The seats sit in this direction, so this would be the front of the car, that would be the back, so this would be the right side. And this simply just going to insert onto that panel just like that and into the slots on the side here. Two FP01 screws go into that. Once again, going into plastic, so don't over tighten it. That's good. Do the same on the other side. Has an L on it. Going in on the left side here. Slot it into that panel. Last one. And there we go. That's how that looks. Both sides. Looks great. Next we install 2 of these interior covers, and they're both the same. Simply slots in on one side, and we'll do the same on the other side. FP01 screw goes in from the bottom. Put this one in. And last one there. Great. And that looks good there. Next we're going to install the fire extinguisher in this point right here. So we need to assemble the fire extinguisher. And it just slots together. Just like that. Press fit. And this is going to go down. Just like that. Once again, an FP01 screw goes into that. And that's it. That's how that looks there. And that completes stage 19. Let's head over and do stage 20. Let's look at the parts and build instructions for stage 20. So for stage 20, we received the rear interior partition, and that's what that looks like there. So we don't actually do anything with this stage, so let's look at the parts and then we'll head over and do stage 21 after that. Here's what the parts pack looks like for stage 20. I'll take this out, we'll get a closer look. Here it is. It is made of plastic. Very nice detail here. Let's go ahead and build stage 21. Let's look at the build instructions for stage 21. So for stage 21, we assemble our upper safety harnesses. And these are the parts that are included. First thing we do is we install the compartment box lock. And that's going to get installed on that rear interior partition. Then we install the ignition coil on the partition and start inserting the safety harnesses through the partition, securing those down. And they're a squeeze fit onto the tabs on the partition, and that's what it should look like. Let me get the parts and I'll be right back. Here's the parts for stage 21, and you can see we have the safety harnesses, lock box, and ignition coil. I'll take these out and we'll get a closer look. More FP01 screws. Here's the ignition coil, the lock assembly for the box, and the safety harnesses. Photo etch on this side, plastic on the other. Very nice Tampo graphics on these, as you can see. First thing we do is we install the lock on this box here. Only goes on one way. There's an alignment tab. FP01 screw goes onto this. That looks good there. And we'll go ahead and install that onto our aft bulkhead. That's how that lines up there. One FP01 screw goes into this. Put an FP01 into this on the back side. That's good. That's how that looks there. Next we put the coil, but it goes in on the other side. And that slots in. Kind of at an angle. FP01 screw goes in on the other side. And that's how that looks there. Looks great. So the safety harnesses slot in on this side where your lock cat. Here's our safety harness, and this end of it here is going to slot in on this side where your safety lock is. And it's just going to press fit down. If you wanted, you could put a dab of super glue on these to hold them in place. But they snap in pretty tightly, so it's not a worry. Making sure that your graphics is showing on the outside, just like that. I'll put in the others and I'll be right back. And there you go, all 4 shoulder harnesses are in. That was a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and head over and do the final stage, stage 22. And here's stage 22. Once again, our final stage for Pack 5. This time we install the lower safety harnesses, and these are all the parts that are included. And first thing we do is we install some components on the compartment tank, they call it. A filler tube on that. And then we go ahead and install the partition window after that. Then we start attaching the lower safety harnesses to the seats themselves. And once that's complete, we have the seatbelt harnesses installed on the seat and also on the rear bulkhead. Let me get the parts and I'll be right back. Here's the parts for stage 22. And here's the window, tank, and the lower seatbelt harnesses. I'll take these out, we'll get a closer look. FP01, FP04 screws, the lower seatbelt harnesses. Now if you wanted, you could go ahead and paint the leather strap that goes on the bottom. It's shown in silver, but it should be like a leather, light tan colored leather. That's entirely up to you. And the tank, filler cap, and the aft bulkhead window, very clear. Along with, like I said, the screws here. Let's get started. Take this filler cap and install it. It only goes in one way. There's a flat edge, just like that. FP01 screw. And that's what that looks like. That's going to get mounted on the aft bulkhead. And we're going to go ahead and install this. We're going to slot that in on the bottom, just like that. And one FP04 screw goes into that. FP04 screw is a flange screw. And just like that. So that's how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and install the window next. I need to use some glue on this to hold it in place because it press fits, but it's not enough to keep it going. I like using this glossy accents. It won't craze up the clear plastic, but it will keep it secure. And it dries nice and clear. And there you go. That looks good there. The first one we put in will be this one with the leather strap on the bottom. So you want to make sure it lays down on the seat just like that. So we'll insert it into that slot. And feed it through. There we go. Grabbing that side, and it's going to secure down on that tab. Just like that. Then we put in the other side. And I want to make sure that this little part here is hidden underneath, so it lays down flat just like that where you have the detail. And that's going to insert into that slot. Push it through. And okay. lay that over and snap it down. There we go. And that's how that looks there. I'll do the other side. And there you go. Both sides are complete. Note that they are positioned the same way for each seat. And that looks fantastic. So that's all we do for stage 22. I'll be right back. And there you have it. That completes pack 5 of the GT40. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for all video upload notifications, and please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, head over to DeAgostini Collectibles and subscribe to this GT40 today. You can start all the way from pack 1. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care.